and welcome to the Real Talk Table, your go-to space for conversations that matter. My name is Mercy Irabo. I am super excited to be here today. I am not alone in this studio. With me is the incredible Gifty Tabs. Hi, Gifty Tabs.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm super excited to be here.
Alright, so for today we have a very serious topic.
Oh wow.
Are you sure you're ready for it?
I guess I am.
Okay, that's why you're here, I guess. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. So moving back to your parents' house after NYSC or school, as the case may be, as a girl child, do you think it's a sign of dependence or it is a sign of discipline?
Oh wow. I guess it's dependency.
Dependence? Why do you feel so? Why not discipline?
No, I think it's dependence. Obviously dependence.
Okay, let me hear from you.
You know, I'm of that perspective that says it's very much okay to be independent after school or service.
Okay.
As an adult, or as a girl child or male child, most especially as a girl child. You know, nowadays they don't really take girl child to be successful in life. Because if you're staying alone, they'll think maybe you're into prostitution, that's where you're successful. Do you get? So I think as a girl child, after service, you should be able to like cater for yourself, for your need. Even within that course of service, you should be able to like get in one or two things to source income, financial flows to yourself. You don't have to depend on someone, even your parents or a man out there, for your financial income.
Why don't you see it from this angle? Personally, for me, I think it has to do with wisdom, patience, and then discipline. Moving back to your parents' house, I personally feel it's discipline and not dependence. To me, I think it should be a wise decision moving back to your parents' house. Like, that is a financially wise decision, moving back to your parents' house. Because the rate of unemployment, the fact that you're a graduate or you finished NYSC does not guarantee job. It doesn't. So you now go and rent a space all because you want to be independent.
Like I said when I started, I was saying at the cost of your service,
Okay.
and even at the cost of your studying, there are some people at the cost of their service especially, they tend to make use of that service because you know that PPA, they have the opportunity of working from Monday to Thursdays or Monday to Fridays. Their weekends are always there. They are always free during their weekend. So they tend to make use of that their weekend to plan ahead. Some tend to like learn handwork, real handwork that fetches cash. Because nowadays you see girls saying, okay, during my NYSC, okay, I learned lash extension, I learned tailoring, so many things that bring you cash. So at that point when you're learning it, you tend to like, okay, what do I have to do with this?
Madam, listen to me. There are both sides to a coin, okay? And then, because it worked for Mr. A, does not mean it has to work for Mr. B. There are some PPAs, the call members have to go from Monday to Sunday. I have experienced it. My first PPA, they asked me to resume Monday to Sunday. So now tell me, where do I have to start learning a skill or something? So personally for me, I still stand my ground that it is a sign of discipline. Because, okay, I've actually heard parents saying that their daughters have to be in their house until marriage. So what do you have to say about that?
But
and then, sorry to cut you short. I've also met guys that say they can never marry a girl that stays alone.
That's a guy that doesn't know what he wants for himself.
They feel these things breeds prostitution and hookup.
And that is some certain things. That's some certain mindset we have to change about some guys in this country, in this economy that we are.
Okay.
Because I know of a girl during our NYSC, our job, even we ourselves, like, what time does this girl usually have that she still have online courses during the, as in midnight, you see with her laptop, she's studying. During the day, she's actually going to work Monday from 8 a.m. down to 6 p.m. At night, she's there doing one thing or the other. You don't even see her at home. Like, why is this girl? You'll be wondering, why is this girl not always at home? But you think maybe she's not doing anything. It was after her service here that we saw the result, because she was so lucrative with her with that service here. And all those things are like responsibility. Then also your time management. If you don't manage your time well, there's no way you tell me after your service like, I'm going back to my parents' house. That parents' house you're going back to like this. Do you want to go and sit at your father's house so they will be speeding you morning, afternoon, evening? Obviously no.
And that is where
I
I have to come.
no.
That is where I have to come in. The fact that you're going back to your parents' house does not mean you are dependent. Okay, I am moving back to my parents' house does not mean I have to go and rely on them for feeding. The only benefits I might get at that point is because I won't be paying house rent. And then inflation and excessive cost of renting a house now. Do you know how much it costs to rent just a bed sitter? Do you know how much it is? That money I can actually save it. Are you getting it?
Okay.
And then while I am in my parents' house, I can do some other things. I can write professional exams. I can do so many other things. I can even apply for jobs. Are you getting it?
Okay.
I can apply for jobs without pressure. I don't have to start thinking about, oh, my house rent will still be due, this, that. Man, I can do all of this in my parents' house. I will be saving. I will be investing in my future.
Oh yes, you said people can stay in their parents' house.
Yeah.
And they can be dependent on their own. Isn't it what you said?
Of course.
Okay. You stay in your parents' house now. Do you know you can actually stay in your parents' house? You spend much more than what you actually you've budgeted for yourself for the month. Because if I should say for myself, if I should stay in my parents' house, I spend much more than that.
How?
I spend much more than that.
How?
You have to pay for your gas, your fuel, feeding. That's when you now start hearing because they actually seen how successful you are at home. They're like, okay, this person is ill, this person's school fees, this guy, no, it's impossible. When you are alone, it tends to they don't even know what's actually what is going on, because what is actually going on within your life cycle. Then hold on, they're like, okay, let's not stress out much. But you alone, you know that okay, during the month you've budgeted whatever you want to spend. Even if your house rent is there, you've budgeted for your house rent, you've budgeted a lot of things. When you calculate it, you tend to manage yourself very well. You know, oh, today I'm spending 1,000 and 1,000 is 1,000. Okay, at times maybe even if you want to keep aside cash, the list could be over 2,000 naira. But when you're in your parents' house, I'm telling you, you spend more than that 2,000 naira or 1,000 naira.
Madam, you are contradicting yourself now. At the end of the day, you are not dependent on your parents. Are you getting this point? Even if you are spending a whole lot, you are still not dependent. So are you saying that it is a sign of discipline and not dependence?
But you know, dependency can actually make you to be responsible for yourself.
Okay.
Because when you're not dependent on your parents, you're staying on your own, you try to take responsibility for yourself. You try to create some certain rules for yourself.
Okay.
There are sometimes you be in your parents' house, you wait for your mom and your dad to start telling you do this, do that at your age. You don't have to wait for an adult to start telling you do this and do that when you're supposed to do it. But when you're staying on your own, you're being dependent on your own. You try to be responsible for yourself. In some cases, you tend to caution yourself. Oh, I'm alone in this. I am on my own. I have to caution myself. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. Let me go this way. Let me follow this way. There are some people, unless maybe they are the foolish ones that doesn't think properly, but the brilliant ones, they tend to think. They tend to take responsibility for themselves and their actions. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I've been trying to get what you've been saying from the beginning.
Okay.
It means that you are talking about the ones that have something doing. And then because you're done with school or you're done with service does not guarantee your financial stability. Are you getting this point?
Okay.
It does not guarantee it. So what if I am done with school and then I'm still searching for jobs? So are you advising me to go rent an apartment that I can't keep up with, that I cannot maintain? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what we have. There are several opportunities out there. There are several opportunities out there that you can actually create for yourself during the course of your service.
I like when we are being realistic.
There are several opportunities out there.
I like when we are being
I know
realistic.
very well for sure. Hold on. I know very well for sure that some people does not even have a penny.
Okay.
While some people, they tend to like grow little by little. Everything is all about patience in life. People don't just wake up one morning and have billions in their pockets. No.
Then you have to start from
But
somewhere.
doesn't mean you're going back to your parents' house. Okay, are you trying to tell me? Hold on. Are you trying to tell me that people that are actually millionaires and billionaires in this country? Are you trying to say that okay, they all started because they want to like grow this or do that? They all started from their parents' house.
It doesn't matter if you're coming from a wealthy home and then your parents are able to foot your bills with them not seeing it as an issue for you to move out, then I don't think that's an issue. If you're coming from a poor background and then you know that accommodation is sorted for
even
you.
the people that is coming from a poor background, there are some certain ones that I know so person in so place, I can actually beg the person, he will take me in. Because I know I've got to that level, like there's a certain time I took someone in my own house. Took that person in. I didn't even know that this person was even having some other plans. You think maybe this person is not even doing anything. More internet, you leave that person's in the house. But boom! Like, how come? Like, I study. I do a lot of research. I do this, I do that. There are several courses online. Even apart from courses online, there are several jobs online you can actually make from the least 1,000 naira above. Then you tend to save as well. Make meaningful things to yourself. The poor people, let's just say the poor people that become rich in future, they started from somewhere. And you won't tell me that okay, they just want to like, maybe let's just say the ones that is in the village. Do you want to stay in the village and start saying oh you're staying from the village, then you're not what you want to make money in the city, or you want to grow your business. If you want to grow your business, obviously you leave the village and you and come down to the city. You make provision for yourself. You tend to research. Okay, how do I want to do it? You start looking for people. You must not rent an apartment. People start from somewhere. People squat with people.
Okay, I think I get
People do a lot of things. You must not say okay, as a guy, you say I want to go into fraudster or what they call it again. Then as a girl, we want to go into hookup or prostitution. No. There are a lot of things out there for people to do after service. And then without being involved in a badly form.
Yeah, sorry to cut you short there. And then do you know the saying of an idle mind is the devil's workshop?
Okay.
So when you're alone in the house, like you as a girl, because this topic is personally for the girls. So you are alone in the house and then you have a whole lot of things eating you up when it comes to money, because we just agreed that it does not guarantee that you have to, the moment you move out of your parents' house, you have the whole money you need in this life. So my point now is, when you're alone in the house and then you have a whole lot of expenses, you're thinking here and there, thinking of, oh, my rent is about to be due, or light bill, or water bill, and all of that. And then someone comes to you and be like, okay, there's this man, this, that, trying to make you start seeing reasons to go into prostitution or hook up. I am still emphasizing on that because most times these people doing it, I will not say it's really what they want, but it's because of the situation surrounding everything. So most of it is when you don't take you don't take one step at a time. Are you getting it?
Yes.
You have to take one step at a time. Start from somewhere. Are you getting it? Like going back to your parents' house, if you have the funds, I don't think it's an issue. But if you don't have to pressurize yourself.
Obviously not. You can't.
Oh, my friend is staying alone, I want to stay alone, and all of that because I don't want people to think I am dependent on my parents. No, you can actually still be in your parents' house, but and then you are putting some of.
Do you know that you can actually be in your parents' house?
Yeah.
There are some opportunities that will come your way that you can't take it.
How? Explain.
In the sense of there are some strict parents that once it's 5 o'clock you're in the house. Hold on. Once it's 5 o'clock you're in the house, then let's say okay, there's a job opportunity like that 5 o'clock. You're supposed to have that meeting from 5 to 7 because obviously there are some job opportunities that make you to like stay out late. From 5 to 6. You even try to like maybe there are some students like try to like explain to their parents like once it's 5 it's 5. You can't tell me to change my mind. But once they're staying outside on their own or staying with someone, they tend to like explore. they will like explode to that time, like, okay, this job is from 5 to 7. Okay, I can actually like manage up my time and do what I want to do.
Okay.
When you stay in your parents' house, you are being, how do you want to put it? You will be
like tying yourself to one.
Yes, you just tie yourself to that particular spot that guy, my parents will not allow me to do this at that particular point, so there's no need. If you get all that distance, just let me. They will feel so reluctant to themselves. They wouldn't like to go forward. Like at the end of the day, any it is, I'll just be there. After all, my parents is feeding me. After I'm in this house, they won't even think of the next step. Like they have the least 1K or the least 100 in the account. But when you're staying alone, guy, you actually be thinking of the fact that it's only 1K that is my account. I have to work further to double up that money.
Okay, so we are Africans.
Yeah.
I am an African.
Yes.
Okay. And then we know how we Africans hold discipline to a high esteem.
Yes.
You get it. So me personally,
okay,
moving back to my mother's house or moving back to my parents' house,
yes,
I feel it will help me stay disciplined.
okay,
You get, because I like it when I am out and then my mom is like, you need to get back to this house before 6 p.m.
okay.
No, on the norms, I think I like it. And then I should still have this fear of my parents that I cannot sleep out.
Should I shock you?
I cannot sleep out.
Let me show
no,
you.
hold on. I cannot sleep out. So those are the kind of fear I should have. I'm not a point whereby I think I am free. I can do whatever I like.
No.
So it
You're
is still,
getting this
I can decide to
when
go
I
back
mean,
to.
you're getting this thing when I said I'm free. When I mean I'm free is that you tend to limit some certain things. You tend to explore to some certain things as well. You make your mistakes and you pick up. I will definitely use myself as an example. I think when I finished school as a then, I was at home. I'm actually from a strict home.
Yeah, sure.
Strict, and they were like, everything's all about education, career, this, that, and that. They wouldn't like, they're not into that part that after education, you can just go into a man's home. Even as you're going to a man's home, make sure you have your own career that you're building, you have your own money, so you don't have to be a liability to any man.
Yeah, sure.
So after school, I was staying at home. Then before even NYSC or anything, I was staying at home like, okay, I want to do this thing. They're like, no, you won't do it. You can't work. It's not like I want to do it because I was feeling so pressured about anything. I wasn't pressured, but I just feel like I'm just being a liability. Like I need this thing. Maybe I need this particular thing at the moment. I can't get the cash, and you as my parents can't give it to me. It's not like it's something that my age mates that use like they're buying me. No, I'm not that kind of person. I'm like, okay, what will I do to just help myself out of this? I'm like, okay, I think I should actually like open up a business. And the area that I was within that my house is not that like it's not like a city part of the.
It's not open.
It's not as open. Yeah, God bless you. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I can't stay here. So I had like, okay, I went to my uncle first. I pleaded like, since it's not an hotel work, because you know now if you're working in an hotel, you're into prostitution or you're into hookup and all of that. Like, no, it's not it. But like, what did I say? Okay, this is what I want to go into. This is a food business I want to go into. But this is the area I want to go and do it, and it's very open. And this, you're like, okay, but you don't have a house. I'm like, okay, I've made research. I've asked for like I actually like made research that okay, I told some of my friends like, can I stay with you at the moment? Like they said, okay, it's fine. I said, okay, if that's the case, no problem, you can go. But as far as you're not doing something that is against the family's background or that will tarnish the family's image, it's very fine with us. You can go, and obviously they let me go. When they even saw that okay, I was doing okay by myself, I don't request for cash. They were proud of me that I was very, very dependent on my own. They were so proud. And they said like, you must not like rent a house at that moment.
So
this business actually fetched me money that I even rented an apartment on my own.
Okay, when you got to your friend's place, everything went smoothly, right?
Yes.
You were lucky.
I was lucky.
It does not mean another person will be lucky.
There are several ways.
Because you are lucky does not mean the next person can be lucky. I've actually stayed with somebody before that ask me to move out. So at that point, what would you ask me to do?
You want
so
to
I
stay in
should.
a great house.
So no, let's take for instance, you had moved to your friend's place,
Okay.
and then one way or the other, one night they just asked you to leave. Maybe you had an argument, and then they asked you to leave the house. What would you do at that point? You will now start looking for where to go to, and then maybe one guy will now tell you, I think I have extra space in my apartment, and then you move in. So that is what we are saying. You can see there are two sides to a coin. It might go this way and it might go the other way. It doesn't mean that you are dependent on your parents. It's been so hot here, like I am so hot right now. You're feeling
a lot of
it, right?
chills.
So at the end of the day, moving back to your parents' house can be a crutch or a catapult. It depends on the mindset behind it
Obviously.
and what you decide to do when you are there. We'll finally come to the end of this edition. Until we come your way next time, remember, any step you take, whether forward or back home, it is part of your journey. Stay true to yourself, stay growing, keep the conversation going. Bye.